So here I am talking, and it's band night, and the band is downstairs, and I'm up here, and I'm thinking about 2019, the year that I was so different than I'd ever been in my entire life, and going out partying all the time. Not partying all the time, I'm not going to say that, but I had more energy to do all kinds of things. I could feel something in the air. I could feel that something was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I felt it. And then my mom got sick in 2019, October, and she told me that she had cancer. And then things started to kind of shift, and I started to fear the worst of losing my mom. But now I realize it's not the losing of my mom, it was the losing of who I was to my mom, who I was to my husband when I was with my mom, who I was to my children while I was with my mom, while my mom was here. And she is still here. I know this. But what it boils down to is the grieving of our beloved is really losing the part of you that was them. And that part of you that was them actually dies with them. Not that I believe in any kind of death, but I'm just saying that is what happens. And of course they can come back and give you many signs and are there. Their wisdom is still with you. And they are healing you of your ailments. They are their higher self. There is no avatar to keep them separate from you. Oh my gosh, yes. You are not separate from those who passed away. You are more connected to them after they pass away. And they are teaching us that we should be more connected with each other while we're in the body, in the avatar. Whoa. It's a trip. This is a trip. This is it. So, because I was talking about 2019, it came up this past week, or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago, when I thought I disappointed my husband because I am no longer who I was in 2019. I'm not that version of myself. Now I'm someone totally different. And it's somebody who just is different. And I really don't quite know how to explain it other than I have woken up from years of feeling like I couldn't be who I was supposed to be. Or not that I was supposed to be, that's not the right word. I was supposed to be who I was for 30 years or 48 years until my mom passed away. So, yes. So I am different, but I was what I was supposed to be at that time. So I don't have any hate for that, or I have no unforgiveness for any of that. This is me transitioning to another phase in life. And it's this one that I'm here now with. And it's a lot to think about and a lot to open myself up to, because I'm learning every day. I'm healing every day. I saw Matt Frazier with my husband, and before I got there, I was nervous, really nervous. I was like, am I gonna shit my pants? Seriously, I was like, I was in between people, and I didn't really like the way that felt. So I was sitting there waiting for Matt Frazier to come on, and I was I was thinking about, being grateful. And gosh, I'm so grateful to be here in this auditorium, seeing Matt Frazier live. My husband bought me the tickets, and I'm so grateful for that as well. And I'm here now in this moment with my husband. And we're going to have fun. We're going to watch this show. If I get called, I get called. If I don't get called, that's fine as well. So as we were watching it, I started to realize something as I'm watching Matt go around and talk to different people. And I was like, I talk to my mom all the time. I talk to Crystal all the time. I talk to my family who have passed away all the time. And I get the wisdom from them as well. And I've always been saying, oh, my grandma passed away when she was 52. My other grandma passed away when she was 58. I can't access their wisdom. But that's a lie. I can, and I have. And it's really cool. And I was telling my husband, I said, we're going to eventually be able to speak, not have to speak, telepathically speaking to each other, remotely viewing an object. We are that kind of magic, and we don't know it, but something is going to occur where we know that. Something will always occur every day of our lives where we start to learn more and more about that. And I believe that we are doing it right now. Like, I feel that since I've changed and matured after losing my mother, I can handle things much better than I used to. For instance, if I get a trigger or something like that, it kind of is more, oh, okay, that happened. And then I might say a little bit of something about it, and then I'm over it like very quickly, compared to way back when I couldn't even handle it. I'd have to lay in bed for days and not want to be around anybody ever again, swearing off places and people, and I don't know if I can do this anymore. I was really not on steady ground at all. So now I am, and there's another aspect to this. I am no longer a people pleaser. I cannot do that. There's not any of that anymore with me. I have no desire to write someone who's not going to write me back. I have no desire now to put out effort when effort isn't being put back in. I'm really seeing that in myself more. Not that I'm taking love from anybody. I still love everybody, but I'm just not a people pleaser. Fawning is one of those things that I was doing for a long time, and I'm done with that part. There will be times when I authentically will fawn, of course. I'm not saying that won't ever happen again, but just doing it for somebody who doesn't ever do it for anybody. I'm not that. I don't want to say that because that's awful. I gotta sneeze. Oh, duh, bless me. So, I will still do some things that are considered people-pleasing, but they are not literally people-pleasing. It's more I'm authentically wanting to do this. Before, when I was people-pleasing, it wasn't authentically wanting to. It was just like, almost like an obligation to do it, because I wanted the safety of having a friend, the safety of feeling loved by somebody, the safety. So it's all a matter of safety, until I am now here going, I will do that when I want to do it. So not when, you want me to do it if you are watching and you like that about me. But I'm not. Why do I always go into that? See, and that's the thing that I know that's the reason why I rub people the wrong way, and I know it. So that's that. Oh, childhood trauma. I had a moment this past week, or actually this weekend, where I was in the car and I was not speaking. I know, weird, right? It was probably an interesting vacation for Bruce. So I wasn't speaking, and I was, we were driving, and I could all of a sudden, I saw myself born. I could imagine it, not like I was seeing myself born and I was in a room or something, but I was in my mind's eye. I could see myself coming out of my mom's womb, and I already had trauma going on at that time, and I was wondering about that because I saw a very young picture of myself, and my feet were pointed, and I just recently found out that when a child is traumatized, they will clench their fists, they'll point their toes. I did not know this prior, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but somebody who's a psychologist said it, so I thought, well, it must be right, and I haven't fact checked it, but I will. But it's quite interesting because I was tight-fisted for a long time, and I had emotions that I did not allow to come out of me. I was really holding on to a lot. Oh, and it feels so good to break out of that because it sucks. Let me tell you. So, where was I going with that? Okay, so, damn it. This is what happens when you smoke the dubs. And then you go on here and you're like, okay, I'm gonna be so smooth. I'm gonna say the whole thing and it ain't gonna happen. Okay, so let's see. I can't think of it. Or I can think of it. I can think. So I was talking about my husband, and I was seeing myself as a baby being born and the trauma. So I thought that my trauma was all started when I met my family that I was born into, because there was a lot of violence going on within that family that I was born into. My mom, my dad did not want nothing to do with me. Pretty much it was like that kind of a situation I was brought into. I may have gone from a trauma to another trauma to get to this, because I probably didn't get an opportunity to get to this in my prior life. It's got to be accurate as I'm saying this. So I came into this traumatic life because I probably wanted a second chance at doing it again. So here I am. And so what I'm saying is nothing that my family did, and even what my mom had done, dad, everything, none of that was as traumatic as what I came from. So this was a little bit like maybe an inch higher or maybe an inch lower, who knows. But I remember I was able to look at everybody from a bird's eye view. So I was seeing, my aunts, my uncle, my mom, my papa, everybody. I was seeing them from a bird's eye view as a small child. And one of my papa's women actually would punish me. Like I said, I had done a video like this before, but she had punished me for doing what her kids had done, and I got the brunt of that. And I realized in that moment as a little child that I would never hit my kids, no matter what. And of course I did spank one of my children, and it was a horrible experience. I did not like it at all. But she said thank you at the end, and I was like, no, I'm gonna close the door. I'm gonna walk out of the room. I didn't like that. I was like, because I didn't know how to parent. I didn't understand that was, it's okay to swat a bottom or whatever. But I always felt like I would be out of control in that situation, and I felt like I was out of control when I spanked my daughter. And we've talked about it, and I apologize, but she told me that she kind of wanted more discipline growing up. She wanted more parenting. And I respect that too. So that's that. And I believe that as we're evolving, as our parenting is evolving, we're going to be adults, or we are adults that are literally reparenting our adult children because they need it, just like we need it. So there's no, yeah, that's something that I believe everyone deserves. If you have children and you're in a relationship with your child and you're able to talk to them, I think it's a really good idea to reparent if you can. If you can't, I mean, I'm not saying that, this is the way. It's not the way. It's my way. It's me and my husband's way and my daughter's way. Everyone has their own way of doing stuff. But I made a promise, and I became willing to listen to them tell me something that I did wrong, and me to say, to humbly accept that, because they deserve that. They're people that have their own lives to live, and they're not an extension of me. They are their selves, and I really respect that in them. So that part's that, and I think that's important. I just think that, with all of the things that I have seen in my life, and the fact that we are actually in a world where we have to seek psychotherapy because of childhood. And I just feel like that's really sucky that we, but at the same time it's brought us here. So it's like I have this like love for it, but I don't want to bring it along with me. I guess I'm saying I'm stopping that moving train, and it stops with me right now, right here. You heard it here first. Anyways, I think that's all I wanted to say today. I am appreciative to have YouTube. I'm appreciative to have all of these social media networks, and I don't know, it feels good to share. It kind of relieves you. It takes some, like a weight off of you. So now I understand more about how important therapy is, how important talk therapy is, and all of the things that we do. Sharing, loving, seeing each other with the eyes wide open. Whoa, I guess I cried during that one, and you didn't get to see me. But thank you, and I appreciate you being here and me being here, whoever's watching this. I actually did another tarot reading, and I might actually do another video if I feel called to do it. Thank you so much. I am a divine being of light having a human experience, and I'm saying hello, world. And I'm glad to be here, and I'm so happy you're here. You are a divine spirit, and I hope that this message may have resonated with someone, helped someone, I would hope, but it helped me, so it did help someone. Okay, much love.